Hey, this episode has been brought to you by Drop, right, Elise?
Yeah, and their gaming headset, the Drop Plus Cost GMR 54X ISO.
Drop has an excellent reputation among gamers, audiophiles, and other enthusiasts for curating and creating high-quality products that you can't find anywhere else.
And you can get it exclusively at drop.com.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Instagram. For Monday, we clap here on Mondays, typically.
Monday, the new Sunday, am I right?
We have to work on Monday, so it's a little different from Sunday.
Okay, Brian. Well,
Way to bring the room down.
Yeah, geez.
So the Switch Lite has only been out for a few days, but guess what? It's already having a big problem.
Yeah, I don't own one. No, that's not it. A few people are reporting that the smaller portable Switch is suffering from the same issue that its older brother had. JoyCon drift.
Episode 3. Which is actually kind of strange because the Switch Lite doesn't even have JoyCons, but it's apparently still using some of the pieces. So anyway, let's get into the story.
Yeah, that's just the term for a problem that a lot of people have been noticing on the original Switch, that one of the analog joysticks will start to drift even when it's untouched after a lot of use. But in the case of the Switch Lite, they're noticing the same issue after just a few days of use. It seems to indicate Nintendo has not fixed this issue at all. Not good.
The issue flared up yet again after a video posted Sunday by YouTuber Alexis Javier showing a new Switch Lite playing Breath of the Wild.
It's a short clip, but it shows the right analog stick drifting slightly when they push it to the left.
Ooh, yeah, the description says this occurred just 2 days after buying the Switch Lite, and in a comment, Javier said, quote, "It's safe to say Nintendo did nothing to fix this issue." Bold words.
Yeah. Bold words for a very insignificant problem. Well, but we decided to deep dive anyway, and we looked around for other cases and found a poster on Reddit. Venus as Bay is their username, and they claim that they also had drifting problems as well as a faulty Y button. Okay. Why?
As they said, screaming to the heavens with their new toy. Now, sure, these are just 2 cases, but it could be a bad sign for the future, right, Brian?
Yeah, my deep dive was just searching around on Reddit to see if anyone else had had the issue.
You're a journalist.
But
tip your fedora.
That's right. Well, and I found a faulty Y button too, so the plot thickens.
You're a real basement Columbo.
You're a regular deep throater.
I am not going to acknowledge that. All right, yes, this is a potentially big deal because Joy-Con drift has probably been the biggest hardware issue with the regular Switch. They haven't, well, and the bendy thing, but I never got a bendy Switch, so I guess it's not a problem.
So far, so good. Still have a launch Switch. It seems to be working okay. I don't know. I think we're okay in this room, but it's scary out there.
Yeah, I got a Switch Lite. I haven't noticed the Joy-Con drift yet, but the story has me scared about that possibility.
How many Switches does one man need?
I'm making that writer money. I'm doing pretty well, guys.
Well, there's more, because a few months ago, a Reddit user, Locust Ain't Bad, posted about their experience with defective Joy-Cons, saying that they started experiencing drift after just 4 months of use.
Oh no.
Wow, Brian buys a new Switch every 4 months. Jeez.
They wrote that the drift occurred even though they were gentler with the Joy-Cons, quote, than handling my newborn child, because I had heard about Joy-Con drift, and that games that heavily used the left analog, like Smash Ultimate and Splatoon, would kill my controller over time, and my newborn.
That guy's got his priorities right.
That post got more than 28,000 upvotes, and it seemed to have sparked greater coverage of the issue.
Yes, so every upvote means my Joy-Con broke too, right?
Yeah.
Is that how it works? So it was picked up in the gaming media as well, and Nintendo finally put out a statement acknowledging the issue. They told The Verge, quote, "At Nintendo, we take great pride in creating quality products, and we are continuously making improvements to them. We are aware of recent reports that some Joy-Con controllers are not responding correctly."
Ooh, Nintendo. Cover up, cover up.
Ukraine, Nintendo. What do you care more about?
Moreover, they encourage people to visit support.nintendo.com to get their consoles fixed.
That's always my favorite thing when something breaks, like go to a wiki and read it and fix it yourself, because we don't want to take responsibility for this thing because there's too many of you.
Yeah, but with the original Switch, the Joy-Cons detach, right, Brian?
Yeah, that's true. They do detach. So while it was annoying, you would only have to send in maybe one Joy-Con to get it fixed. Mm-hmm. Still more complicated than getting a newborn fixed. But with the Switch Lite, you'd obviously have to send in the whole system to get it repaired, so you're making an annoying problem even more annoying.
I mean, you could probably just snap off a piece of that bad boy like a Kit Kat, right? And just send it off to Nintendo.
Anyway, like we said, this was one of the biggest concerns that people had about the Switch Lite.
Yeah, shortly after it released, the YouTuber Spawnwave did a teardown of the new console and found that the Switch Lite seems to use the same analog sticks as the original Switch, Newsflash, Nintendo likes to save money by recycling hardware.
What?
Did you not know the Wii was basically just a GameCube? I guess people didn't.
I won't believe it. It's Project Dolphin or whatever.
The revolution is here.
Oh yeah, the corruption goes deeper. SpawnWave noticed that it had a different part number, but a side-by-side comparison showed that they looked pretty identical. He also said that the design appears to be the same.
That's right. In his video. Excuse me, I got phlegmy. Yeah, that's right. In his video, SpawnWave said, "quote It's hard to say if it's going to be any better over time. We'll have to see if the Switch Lite starts to drift down the road or even the next month or two. Buckle in, kids. It's going to be rough."
Which means that the Switch Lite is at risk of the same issue.
That's right. The problem of Joy-Con drift has been a growing one for Nintendo. A class action lawsuit was recently filed over the issue, alleging that the Joy-Cons were defective.
So how did Nintendo respond, Brian?
Well, they stopped charging people money to fix them, so I guess that's one thing.
Yeah, seems about right.
But it feels like they didn't say anything about it for months and months and months, and then it got picked up by the media a couple of months ago, and then they finally issued that statement. So they're aware, but I guess not aware enough to change anything about the Switch Lite.
So is this going to be like the new Red Ring of Death that we're dealing with?
That would be badass.
That's for our older audience who remembers the good old days of the Bush era. What was good back then? Internet sucked.
Yep.
TVs were big, loud, and expensive.
Snacks were good.
There was some good stuff. Go-Gurt was like top tier.
You can buy a Capri Sun in just a jug now.
Trix yogurt's pretty good.
I'm sorry, what?
Never had Trix yogurt?
Trix yogurt.
Trix yogurt. Come on.
It was like yogurt but candy.
Oh, the bunny.
Anyway, Brian, is it the Red Ring of Death?
Well, they got a long way to go before they hit that mark. There have been a bunch of reports of Joy-Con drift, but it all kind of seems anecdotal at this point. It's going to take a lot more before it compares to the infamous overheating issue on the Xbox 360 back when George W. Bush was president.
Why do you have to bring him up every time? You miss him, we get it.
Sorry, I can't keep politics out of gaming.
So according to a Game Informer survey back in 2009, the Red Ring of Death affected more than half of all 360s, and the hardware issue ended up costing Microsoft over $1 billion.
Of course, other consoles have had failure rates too. The PS3 had its own issue known as the Yellow Light of Death.
Not sketchy.
But that failure rate was much, much lower.
Yeah, the same Game Informer survey revealed only about a 10% failure rate among PS3s. Not great, but it wasn't as bad as the Red Ring of Death either.
As for Joy-Con drift, it remains to be seen how big of a problem this is.
Would you like
That's
to know
just great
more?
writing.
But as the Switch Lite shows, it doesn't seem like Nintendo has considered it enough of a problem to re-engineer the analog sticks on the Switch Lite. Like I said, they want to save money. They're going to keep recycling the same. Yes, they might change a digit here or there, but it's the same.
Way to spoil the last quarter of the script, Adam. Jeez.
I'm sorry. I didn't read it.
Brian, why Nintendo no make part good?
Well, a simple reason at least to save money. We dug into this issue a few months back when we were theorizing on how much the Switch Lite would cost, and we kind of thought that if Nintendo kept most of the components inside the Switch Lite the same as the original Switch, then they'd benefit from volume discounts from parts manufacturers.
But why me no have to order more part?
Well, if you order more and more of a particular part, at some point the supplier's going to give you a discount. It's a practice known as volume pricing, and it's really common in manufacturing. So yeah, they kept the design exactly the same so they would save money.
So this kind of bulk purchasing seems to make sense, but Nintendo runs into a problem if they're all defective, which some of them clearly seem to be.
I thought you were going to say detective.
Oh.
So it could be, in trying to keep costs as low as possible, Nintendo might have ignored this issue of Joy-Con drift.
We'll see if more cases occur, but given the design similarities and the fact that some people are already seeing drift, that seems pretty likely.
And just a quick shout out for you guys out there. If you've been affected by Joy-Con drift, we have a little 1-800 number below here.
Yeah.
It's anonymous. You
Just
can
Brian's
call.
pager.
My pager.
How many notifications have you gotten so far, Brian?
I'm sorry, I'm not a drug dealer. I don't have a pager.
He's on the phone with Singular Wireless right now on a payphone going, "What do you mean you don't exist anymore?"
Dr. Drift, they call him. Call Dr. Drift to get your fix.
I should note that I've not noticed any drift on my gold-plated Switch Lite. So far so good for old BG over
Yeah.
here.
Ooh, hold money back.
Yeah. Of my 6 Switches, none of them have had any drift. But I also only use Pro controllers on them, and my children are not allowed to be in the same room as said Switch.
It's like you're bugging my phones, Adam.
You have phones?
Here's a hot take, though, Nintendo. If you're going to release an upgraded version of the console you already released, it best be better than what
sure.
you
Yeah.
released. It best not have flaws.
On the flip side, if you're going to be releasing this baby version, perhaps they're just getting people really excited for the Pro version.
Oh, they
Of
take
the
us
Switch.
back
Yeah.
to take us forward.
Yeah, it's going to have a QWERTY keyboard on it. It's going to have a Wavebird and motion control.
Brian's page is blowing up.
That could be a selling point they could put on the box now with working joysticks.
People would buy it. Anyway, have a good weekend, everybody. Bye.
I'm mad I didn't get to say, please call me Spawn Wave. Mr. Wave was my father.
Hey, this episode has been brought to you by Drop, right, Elise?
Yeah, and their gaming headset, the Drop Plus Cost GMR 54X ISO.
Yeah, formerly known as Mass Drop, Drop has an excellent reputation among gamers, audiophiles, and other enthusiasts for curating and creating high-quality products that you can't find anywhere else. Right, Elise?
Yep, the headphones are a collaboration between Drop and the audio engineers at Koss, a US-based company responsible for making the world's first stereo headphones in 1958. You probably remember those, Adam.
I sure do. It was a different time.
The Drop Plus Cost GMR 54X ISO combines exceptional Koss engineering with input from the Drop community to create a headset that really addresses the needs of gamers. Right, gamer Adam?
Yes, gamer Elise. The GMR is engineered with an emphasis on locational sound, or what you may have heard of called 3D sound. This is one of the hot buzzwords from 1958 that we used to use, but it's coming back in a big way. This means that it uses positional cues to create a soundscape around your gamer head so your gamer ears can pick up all the gamer sounds.
I want to feel like I'm in a 3D world. Unlike this bleak, two-dimensional hellscape I'm trapped in. The GMR accomplishes its exceptional 3D sound with cutting-edge custom audio acoustics engineered by Koss and found deep within the headphones themselves. But the immersion doesn't stop there. Right, Adam?
That's right, gamer Elise, best friend ever. The headset has a closed back, which means each headphone is completely sealed from the outside world. Very similar to us in this situation right now.
We're trapped.
We can't get out. This improves noise canceling for listeners and noise bleed for those around.
Drop Plus Cost GMR 54X ISO delivers an exceptional gaming experience for a great price. This headset puts you in the center of the action, and it's comfortable and lightweight enough that you'll forget you're even wearing it. Am I wearing it now? No.
You're not. But you know what you could do if you had them on? You could game. You could listen to your favorite music. We all love Buffalo Soldier. It's a great song. But you know what? At the end of the day, you won't be disappointed by these comfy little loaves around your ear holes. But Elise, where can we get these amazing headphones?
And you can get it exclusively at drop.com, where it has a 4.5 star rating, and you can shop around while you're there. Drop has a huge collection of curated products and exclusive collaborations in the works that you won't want to miss.
Thank you, Drop, for your stewardship.
Guigi, Luigi's wet and wild ooey gooey doppelganger from Luigi's Mansion 3. This is Inside Gaming Presents Talkin' Goo, the show that's all goo all the time. I'm here with Caden, and we're gonna take the deepest